You're listening to the AstroMommy Newsletter read-aloud version of my daily horoscope published on Substack. If you would like to read this, please click on the link in the description box below. Without further ado, here is the daily horoscope. Fated Yod begins between the Sun, Pluto, and Neptune, plus Venus trines Jupiter. Daily horoscope for Wednesday and Thursday, August 17th through the 18th, 2022. Welcome to the AstroMommy Newsletter, a daily horoscope that hopes to shine a light in the dark, helping us all see where we've been, where we are, and where we're going. This is a reader-supported publication, meaning it only exists thanks to the generous support of lovely people like you. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being here. If you find value in the daily horoscope and tarot card reading, please help AstroMommy grow by hitting the heart like button, sharing this newsletter with a friend or on social media, leaving a comment, subscribing, or upgrading to a paid subscription. I truly appreciate you being in my community. I hope you enjoyed today's horoscope and card reading. Blessings. Good morning, friends. Today is my mother's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom. Thank you for being a benefic mom. If you missed the update to my posting schedule on Monday, here's a quick recap. For the next 2 weeks, because I'm getting ready for the new homeschool year, I will be temporarily scaling back the daily horoscopes from a daily newsletter to one every other day, plus the weekend report. I will be posting on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, plus the weekend report on Saturday. I will resume the regular daily schedule on September 1st, so the next 5-day weekly forecast will be posted on September 4th. I am considering changing what I post and how often going forward, so I will let you know what I decide at the end of this temporary break. I am leaning towards continuing the daily horoscopes and the weekend report, but I am considering dropping the 5-day weekly forecast altogether for the duration of the school year. So do let me know what newsletters are the most important to you. If you have any comments or questions about this, I would love to hear from you. You can leave a comment or reply privately via email. Thanks. Okay, now on to the astrology. So there are a few big things to talk about for Wednesday and Thursday. First, on Wednesday, a yod between the Sun, Pluto, and Neptune forms, which will last for about 3 to 4 days, so definitely into the weekend. Second, on Thursday, Venus and Jupiter perfect their trine in Leo and Aries, bringing in some fun, positive energy. And thirdly, also on Thursday, the moon reaches the third quarter phase by late that night, conjoining Algol at 26 degrees of Taurus while making a square to the sun in Leo. So let's unpack this. First, let's talk about the transits of the moon. The moon will be in Taurus the whole time, inspiring a need for stability and control, but also sensuality and pleasure. While traveling through the sign of Taurus, the moon will conjoin the North Node, Uranus, the fixed star Algol, and finally Mars, which will happen early on Friday. This is a lot, and we may all feel a little emotionally swept up in what may feel like fated yet unpredictable crises. The moon is exalted in Taurus, which means she's an esteemed guest in the temple of Venus, and this energy empowers the moon, especially since Venus is in a positive trine to Jupiter, which we will talk about in a minute. The moon will be making a beneficial trine to Mercury and also one to Pluto during this time, so our logical, rational minds may be able to make sense of everything that we are feeling or experiencing that seems to be coming up from the depths. By late Thursday night, the third quarter square phase begins, which is about reevaluating, reorienting, and rearranging our skills in a way that turns old assets into new ones. It's like if the first quarter phase of the moon was when the fruit was formed on the plant, and the full moon phase was an abundance of fruit, now in the third quarter phase, it's where we are making that fruit into something tasty and long-lasting, like jam or jelly. I think it's also interesting that this phase is conjunct the fixed star Algol, which has some pretty nasty associations with it, like disaster, violence, and even beheadings. So I'm thinking of this metaphorically, like you can't make jelly without first destroying the current state of the fruit, right? You have to smash it and completely transform it to make it long-lasting and preserved. So maybe that's what this conjunction is bringing up. I would love to know what you think about this, so leave me a comment. Let's talk about this yod that is forming between the Sun, Pluto, and Neptune. A yod is a special transit that involves at least 3 planets and forms a narrow, triangle-shaped aspect between the 3. The base of the triangle is a sextile, a 60-degree angle, between 2 planets, a harmonious aspect representing an opportunity. And in this case, this is between Pluto and Neptune. Then, those 2 planets each make a quincunx, a 150-degree angle, which is not a harmonious aspect, but one that represents change and separation, with that 3rd planet forming the apex of the triangle. In this case, the apex planet is the sun. So a yod represents this crisis point where the energies are stressed and the planets have to figure out how to work with each other through some sort of uncomfortable compromise, usually one that feels fated in some way. Hence, the nickname for a yod is the finger of God. Neptune and Pluto in a sextile, an aspect we've all been feeling since about May of this year and will continue for the rest of this year into 2023, is an aspect that affects generations of people since these 2 planets move very slowly through the zodiac. The effect of a sextile between the 2 in Capricorn and Pisces, Neptune is in Pisces, Pluto is in Capricorn, is a feeling of spiritual transformation, divinely guided restructuring, and intense emotional experiences that change people for the better in some way. So this is the transit at the base of the yod. Then we have the sun forming 2 quincunxes to each planet. The sun and Neptune may bring up confusion about what your purpose is, some disappointment, financial loss, deception, illness, escapism, or problems caused by drugs or alcohol, and even concerns about a significant solar figure in your life. The sun quincunx Pluto brings up crises, dangerous situations, abuse, extreme circumstances, near-death experiences, a need for surgery or invasive therapy, as well as just feeling like things are out of control in your life. So this transit could be really intense and transformational. Thankfully, it is being softened by the next transit we are going to talk about, Venus trine Jupiter. Venus is in Leo and Jupiter is retrograde in Aries, making this a powerful trine in the element of fire. Fire is hot and dry, active, consumptive, aggressive, and an assertive energy. And this transit is a trine, which is the nature of Jupiter, so it's beneficial, supportive, and helps to promote, help, or build things in our lives. So this transit could bring in powerful allies, more beauty, strength, and even humility into our situations. There could be positive changes to your environment, finances, or your love life. Some people may experience new insights, more positive attitudes, and huge opportunities for connections during this transit. And for others, it could be about blockages within oneself that are finally gone, revealing inner truths that help them to be more flexible, honest, and humble. It's a big couple of days. So let's pick a card. The card for the day is the Magician Reversed. In this card, we see a young man holding a wand. Above him is a cup, a sword, and a pentacle, representing that he has everything he needs: creativity, focus, desire, and the skills to accomplish any goal that he has. In the reverse position, it means feeling a lack of those qualities, so much so that one may feel powerless. It may also represent a sense of arrogance, like someone who obviously doesn't have the skills necessary but acts like they do. The Magician also represents the planet Mercury. Mercury is the planet of communication and was called the master of arguments in ancient astrology, and was also the messenger god in Greek mythology. So in terms of communication, upright, this card symbolizes someone who can communicate effectively using all of their tools. In the reverse position, it would indicate someone that doesn't feel that they have all the powers of communication available to them at this time. So I think in the context of the transits for today and tomorrow, this card coming up may be signifying an area where you are not communicating, either by conscious choice or because you are subconsciously holding something back. Also, there may be fear of failure at work here. So I think this is a reminder to use all your skills and to express yourself with clarity, confidence, and humility. Especially with this Venus trine Jupiter influence, we could see some arrogant peacocks strutting their stuff during this transit. And that's fine if they can back it up, right? So I would love to hear what you think about all of this. Please leave me a comment below. So this horoscope covered both today, Wednesday, and tomorrow, Thursday. Please let me know if you have any questions. I hope this horoscope and card reading are helpful. Until Friday, AstroMommy. Today's horoscope was brought to you by a yod between the Sun, Pluto, and Neptune forming, Venus and Jupiter perfect in a benefic trine, and the Moon in Taurus in her third quarter phase conjoining Algol and squaring the Sun in Leo. You can find links to all of the things at the bottom of the newsletter or in the description box below. New client 2 reading special, book a reading, chat with me on social media, family Etsy shop. Today's card was pulled from the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot, available on Amazon.